Have you ever wondered how massive companies manage to keep all their moving parts perfectly in sync? Well, the secret is often a super powerful system called Enterprise Resource Planning, or ERP for short. In the next few minutes, we're going to demystify exactly what ERP is, how it can totally transform a business, and why it's become such a game changer for companies of all sizes. All right, let's dive in.
So let me ask you this. Does it ever feel like your business is a giant puzzle, but none of the pieces seem to fit together? Your sales team has no clue what the inventory really looks like, and meanwhile, the finance department is working off a completely different set of numbers. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. It's a classic growing pain, and it's the exact problem we're going to tackle today.
And this leads us right to the heart of the issue: departmental silos. See, when your teams aren't communicating seamlessly, you end up with what I like to call information islands. These are just isolated pockets of data that are completely cut off from the rest of the business.
Think about the finance team, for example. They have this incredibly precise, detailed view of the company's financial health, but all too often, that vital info is just locked away in their own systems, totally out of reach for other departments who could really use it to make smarter decisions.
And at the very same time, your supply chain team is living in a totally separate world, right? They're tracking inventory, shipping, and all the procurement stuff. This disconnect makes it incredibly hard to line up what you're selling with what you actually have in the warehouse, which, of course, can lead to costly stockouts or, just as bad, wasteful overstock situations.
And we can't forget about human resources. HR is often running on yet another independent system for payroll, staffing, and all that crucial personnel data. So when all these critical functions are isolated, trying to get one single, accurate, big-picture view of your entire business, it's like trying to see in the dark. It's pretty much impossible.
So, how in the world do we connect these islands and finally build a bridge over those communication gaps? Well, this is exactly where Enterprise Resource Planning, or ERP, comes into play. It's the technology that's literally designed to turn all that departmental chaos into a well-oiled machine.
Okay, so at its core, ERP is all about one thing: integration. Think of it like a central nervous system for your company. It's a single, unified platform that brings together all of your essential business functions, from finance and HR to your supply chain and everything in between. And the result? You get total visibility across your whole organization, you get to automate all those repetitive, tedious tasks, and you gain the power to make sharp, data-driven decisions in real time.
You can really think of ERP as being built on 4 key pillars. First, there's unified management, which basically gets everyone working from the exact same playbook. No more guessing games. Second, you get streamlined operations, which boosts efficiency by automating workflows. Third, it delivers real-time insights, making sure your decisions are always based on what's happening right now, not what was in last month's report. And finally, it's a scalable growth engine, which means the system grows right alongside your business.
Now, this all sounds fantastic, right? But how does an ERP system actually get up and running inside a company? Let's walk through the implementation journey. And just to be clear, this is a very carefully structured process, not the chaotic mess you might be picturing.
So the whole journey starts with analysis and planning. This is where you figure out your goals and choose the right platform. Next up is customization and migration, where the system is tailored to your specific needs and all your existing data gets moved over securely. Then comes the really critical part: testing and training. You got to make sure everything works perfectly and your team is ready to hit the ground running. And finally, it's time for deployment and support, where you go live and get ongoing help. The main thing to remember here is that a successful implementation follows a proven step-by-step path.
And here's the cool thing. ERP isn't just for one type of company. These systems are incredibly versatile, offering huge benefits across a whole spectrum of industries. Let's take a look at a few real-world examples to see what I mean.
This table really shows you just how adaptable ERP is. In manufacturing, it can tie together production, procurement, and quality control into one seamless flow. For our retail business, it automatically syncs your online sales with your in-store inventory. In healthcare, it connects patient data with billing and staffing. And for a logistics company, it integrates everything from the warehouse to the final delivery. You can really see how ERP is tailored to meet the unique challenges of pretty much any industry out there.
Okay, so we've covered what ERP is, how it's implemented, and where it's used. Now, let's bring it all together and focus on the bottom line. Why does all this integration stuff matter so much for a business's success?
Well, a unified ERP system gives you that one single source of truth.
giving everyone access to the same centralized data. This directly leads to a massive boost in productivity because you're automating tasks and cutting down on manual errors. It also enables real-time decision-making, which translates into big savings in both cost and time. And as your business gets bigger, a scalable ERP system just grows with you, helping you maintain compliance and stay ready for any audits.
But hey, you don't have to just take my word for it. Listen to what Jason, the CEO of Park, had to say after his company put an ERP system in place. He said they delivered a quality solution that was not only stable enough to go live, but also impressive enough to show to investors. Now that is the kind of real-world impact we're talking about.
And that success story isn't just a one-off. The expertise behind these systems is massive, with a proven track record of over 2,500 successful projects. That number is a really powerful testament to the reliability of the tech, the effectiveness of the process, and the real results that businesses are getting every single day.
So, I'll leave you with this question. After seeing how an ERP system can unify a business, get rid of the chaos, and really fuel growth, what could a single source of truth unlock for your organization? What new heights could you reach? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.